The word Deem, that's D-E-E-M, doesn't come up in normal everyday conversation much, but when it comes to the IRS and retirement planning, the word Deem can be rather ominous. And here to shed some light on this financial four-letter word is Davis Garrison the Third from Preservation Financial. Deem. Not something you think about, not something you use in everyday conversation with folks when you're talking on the street, but it's very important. It's a very important word when you're talking about financial matters.
It's especially important when we're talking about taking loans from 401ks.
Right.
There are a lot of downsides to that, and there are quite a few rules that apply to it. It can make a non-taxable loan taxable,
okay,
in its entirety, but like you say, you and I would have a tough time working Deem into a normal
unless we're doing Shakespeare in the Park or something. Yeah,
exactly. I picture a stately figure in a ivory tower,
right,
saying, I deem that the third Wednesday of every month will be termed Wacky Wednesday.
Which I think we should make it Wacky Wednesday around here, but that's another show altogether. But when you're taking out a loan against a 401k, there's some regulations to keep it from being taxable. Tell us what those are.
The regulations are, number one, the maximum loan amount that you can take out, regardless of how vested you are in the plan,
right,
is $50,000.
Okay.
Let's just say that Jimmy takes a loan from his 401k plan for $60,000 to start a business. Mm-hmm. This triggers a $10,000 deemed distribution.
Because it's over that $50,000 limit.
Over that $50,000 limit. And so he is going to pay taxes on that $10,000.
Right.
Another example, Sally takes an $8,000 loan from her employer plan to pay off debts, but the repayment period is erroneously set for 6 years.
Ah.
The period is set as 5 years, and it can be paid quarterly. That can be worked out with the plan administrator.
Right.
Basically, Sally takes the same $8,000 loan over a 5-year time frame, but the repayment schedule is set for 5 annual payments as opposed to quarterly. So she's going to get hit,
right,
with that taxable amount also.
Right.
But my advice to people is, if you are going to take a loan from the 401k, work closely with the plan administrator, because they have all types of different.
Make sure you stay under those maximums and minimums.
Right,
so.
Exactly. The only exception to the $50,000 is if it's for a primary residence.
Oh, if you're buying a home.
Yes.
Yes. So you can get away with borrowing more if you're buying a home.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good to know.
But in the end, the rules for the plan work closely with the plan administrator to correct any potential mistakes ahead of time.
Okay. You want to make sure everything, all the I's and T's are dotted and crossed up front before you get into any loan situation.
You want to make sure that all of the
deems are taken care of.
Exactly.
Yes. And because, like I said, it's rather ominous, and we're coming up on tax season, so this is important information that you need to know. And you can find it out by visiting your office.
Come by and see us.
All right. Davis, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you.
Great information to have on this Friday when you're thinking about taking a loan against your 401k. It's something I've done before, but it's some things you got to take into consideration. You can find out all the information you need right there. Preservation Financial Group.
The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by